Okay, hello and good afternoon, everyone. A happy Tuesday to everyone. My name is Ryan Embry, and I am the brand ambassador here at Travel Media Group. First off, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to join me on this webinar this Tuesday afternoon, and I am super excited to share this information and content with you all. So at the end of the presentation, I will be providing my direct contact information in case you had any follow-up questions with the content that I'll be sharing. You are also more than welcome to use the chat feature, which is located in your toolbar, to type any questions or feedback that you might have. I will be responding to those questions following the conclusion of this webinar today. So today we are going to be looking at how to utilize online review and sentiment to make meaningful decisions about your business and hotel, and ultimately draw up a winning reputation playbook for your hotel. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the modern day hotelier, it is very difficult to see and know everything that travelers are saying about your hotel at any given time. Travelers are provided more outlets than ever on sites like TripAdvisor, third-party OTAs, and social media platforms to leave these online reviews and feedback. With so many channels for a traveler to leave a review, how do we as hoteliers decipher what guests are actually saying about your hotel, and can we use that information to better and grow our business? And the answer to that question is yes. In fact, with proper online review analysis, you can see everything that is keeping your travelers coming back to your hotel and bringing you new business, but also everything that is the reason travelers are not returning to your hotel and costing you additional business. If only it was as simple as automatically sorting everything travelers were saying in their review into these particular categories and assigning the number of mentions to that category. Because ultimately, if you want to create a successful reputation game plan, you have to know your players. And once you know your players, you need to quantify the importance that each player plays into your reputation game plan success. So if we look at this screen here and pretend that this is an example of a hotel, you would see that sleep quality is mentioned 70 times from travelers and cleanliness only 5. So with that information, you can start to prioritize your players and your overall game plan moving forward. Once prioritized, you can fix what is most broken concerning your business and advertise and market to potential new business and travelers what other travelers love most about your hotel. But the truth is reviews and review analysis is not that simple. Take this review, for example. This is a 2-star rated review on TripAdvisor, and it reads, "We checked into this hotel for several nights. My 3-year-old son found a lighter beside the bed in this non-smoking room. I called the front desk, who stated they would notify housekeeping right away. Not too long later, my husband found a blue pill under the bed. He was furious since we have 2 small kids and we had not been in the room for long. They did move us to another room, but that doesn't solve the problem for another family in the future. The rooms needed a deep cleaning, and I never felt clean walking around without my socks on. On a positive note, the staff was quick to deliver more towels, the breakfast place was super yummy, and the beds were very comfortable." Now, most hoteliers would see this review as completely negative and believe that the only thing that they could learn from this review is how to fix potential issues in the future. Now, that is partially true, but there is a whole other side to this review that most hoteliers dismiss. So let's break this review down. Yes, there are a number of keywords in this review that trigger a negative user experience by the traveler. But if we look closer, we also see a number of positive sentiment expressed by the traveler as well. Too often than not, do hoteliers dismiss certain sentiment within a review based solely on the entire review's star rating or score. So if really broken down and analyzed, hoteliers would be able to reveal an entire blueprint or game plan on how to better and further their business. So let's practice. I'm going to provide 4 different hotels examples today, and I will be showing a reputation review analysis that will show exactly how many times travelers are mentioning in their reviews a specific category, like service, cleanliness, location, etc. This analysis will break down how many times travelers have mentioned these items in their reviews, but also sort them as either a positive, negative, or neutral sentiment. We will call this the hotel's reputation formation. From there, we will come up with a reputation game plan, or what we'll call today as a play, for each property to counter the formation and implement meaningful changes to the hotel based on traveler sentiment and review analysis. So let's take a look at the first example. So as you can see with this hotel, although we have some positive traveler sentiment and mentions around location and view, there are some obvious concerns around both service and cleanliness. Now, a pattern that we will see in these examples is the correlation between certain reputation keywords and value. Value is unlike any other keyword that we have on this analysis because it is an intangible perception or feeling by a traveler. It does not matter if every other keyword or category has a positive sentiment. If at the end of the day, a traveler does not perceive your hotel or their experience as a value, they will not return. Value equals the price that a traveler actually paid versus what the price a traveler feels as they should have paid. Now, luckily, showing value leaves clues, and in these examples, we will see the undeniable correlation between certain keywords and a traveler's perception of value. So let's get back to this example. So as we can see here, there is an overwhelming majority of negative sentiment for both service and cleanliness at this hotel. And because of that, the perception of value is at an all-time low. Service and cleanliness are the 2 biggest factors at this hotel, costing the hotel revenue and business. So how do we counter this formation with a reputation play that will work and fix these issues? Well, the play for this hotel is simple. Fix service and cleanliness of the hotel and see value improve. So how do we do that? Well, when we at Travel Media Group consult with this hotel owner, we recommend retraining both the housekeeping and front desk staff, the 2 departments that are in charge of both cleanliness and service for the property. We want to set clear expectations for the staff, we communicate our goals, and finally, we're going to track the mentions and sentiment of travelers for the next 30 to 60 days to see the improvement following this training. And we retrain as necessary. So how do we consult with partner properties that have a generally positive sentiment towards their property, a best case scenario? So let's take a look at another example of a reputation formation. In this example, we see an abundance of positive sentiment towards a majority of this hotel's keywords. One of the strongest keywords for this hotel is location. You all notice again the correlation between overall sentiment and value. With all the positive feedback this hotel has been able to garnish, it is translating to the traveler's perception of this hotel offering an incredible value. So with nothing necessarily to fix, like the last example, how do we drop a reputation play to complement a formation like this? Well, with nothing to fix, we need to market and advertise what is bringing us business. With the reputation analysis, we have identified the traits that are keeping our customers coming back, and we can leverage this to grow our business in the future. So how do we do that? Well, with this example, we've identified that location is one of this hotel's strongest assets. We can use social media posts to share on Facebook and other social media platforms this hotel's incredible location, like the example right here to the right-hand side. We also want to make sure that our hotel website is optimized, sharing details about the hotel's location with dining and attraction information available for future travelers. Let's take a look at the third example of a hotel's reputation formation. And in this example, we have a combination of the previous two formations. So instead of service and cleanliness being a problem for this hotel, it is actually one of their strongest assets and sentiment. And again, we see that correlation between positive sentiment and perception of value. Location does have a positive sentiment, but it's really the hotel service that travelers find the most valuable and keep these travelers coming back. So how do we create a play or a game plan with something intangible like service? Well, with this, again, we want to use social media sites to market our superior level of service to future travelers. By sharing 5-star reviews on social media, like the example you see to the right, we can gain the advantage over local competition that might not have the same level of service standards. Another way to gain that edge over local competition is by displaying your hotel's rankings or certificates on your website. These awards should be proudly displayed, and travelers really value them. And they're a great way to market the traits that make your hotel successful. So finally, let's take a look at the final hotel reputation formation. As we can see from this example, there are several opportunity areas for this hotel. But I want to focus our attention on two in particular, and that is decor and rooms. As we've seen before, the pattern continues. With the negative sentiment comes negative traveler value perception. But I want us to focus on room and decors because I want to give a real-life example of how we at Travel Media Group are consulting with hoteliers by using these reputation analytics on how to prioritize future capital investments for their hotels. Let's say this particular owner has budgeted for a $400,000 renovation next year and another planned renovation in the next 5 to 7 years. Now, this owner has enough money for next year's renovation to either redo the decor of his rooms at the hotel or renovate both his lobby and amenity and pool area. So if you were the owner of this hotel, how would you decide what area takes priority and what area waits until the next renovation? Well, with these analytics, we can recommend to this owner that the rooms and decor are impacting their business more than the pool and lobby area are. So can you imagine how much business it would have cost this owner if they had left the room decor unaddressed for the next several years and waited till that next renovation? So this is why in 2018, owners and GMs are not only listening to what travelers have to say online, but they are basing their decision-making on careful traveler review analysis. So how do we get our partners in the game? How do we get you guys in the game to kind of see some of this analytics and sentiment that we're talking about today? Well, I'm going to go into what is called a dashboard, Travel Media Group dashboard that our partners have access to. And as you can see here, this dashboard really mirrors kind of those screenshots that we were seeing in the presentation. Now from this will show you all the performance of not just 10 plus tags, but we have over 25 plus tags that our review analysts are going in and pulling out of these reviews. As you can see here, we've actually got some start and end dates here If you were to implement any sort of retraining like we saw on the one example, or if you were to do a capital investment moving forward, you can go ahead and pick a date range and margin to see what sort of impact that those changes are having on your review tags and reputation. Another cool part about this dashboard is that GMs and owners can come directly in here, and if they have questions or want to view a specific tag, they can get a lot of great information and analytics here. They can see exactly how many times this tag was mentioned in their reviews. With this particular tag, bathroom, is mentioned in about 10% of this property's reviews. Another important thing to note while we're down here is the average tag score of that particular keyword. So when mentioned in a review, bathroom is scoring a 2.5 star rating. This star rating here is the average rating of the entirety of the review. So if owners and GMs are noting a disparity here in star rating, you can see that this keyword and tag word is most likely bringing down their overall score. So I bet you're wondering how we kind of take this information. Are we just simply going through the reviews and pulling them? And it's actually a common misconception. With the life cycle of a review, we are actually helping these hoteliers and facilitating with these responses to reviews. So as a review comes in from either an OTA or TripAdvisor or brand, we are noting that review. Our review analysis are going in and tagging those reviews with sentiment analysis. And then we're crafting a response to that review that speaks directly to what the traveler was saying in their previous review. We then send the review for either GM or owner approval, and it's automatically posted as soon as it is approved. And what we love to see is that review time, which of course we want to get out as soon as possible. So in conclusion, online review sites give the modern day hotelier everything they need to know on how to fix or grow their business. Travelers are giving you the blueprint to revenue success every time they leave your hotel a review online. Hoteliers need to implement a reputation game plan at your hotel and become a reputation champion. At Travel Media Group, we specialize in creating game plans for any type of formation your hotel might currently be in, and establish a strategy that will set your business up for long-term revenue success and ultimately outperform your competition. So as promised at the beginning of the presentation, here is my direct contact number. You've got my phone there and email. I would love to speak with you and consult with you about your property. Again, no matter what sort of formation your hotel might currently be in, we work with properties all over the nation in any size, shape, or form, and can help you and give you tips on how to grow your business and use what travelers are telling you to further and grow that business. So I want to thank everyone for taking the time to speak with me or to listen to me this afternoon. We're going to continue our 2018 educational webinar series. Next month, we're super excited about this next webinar. This talks all about user-generated content. So what travelers are saying on TripAdvisor, what they're saying on social media, and the power of consolidating all of that information and using it to your benefit. So we're going to show you some ways that you can do that. So to sign up for that, go ahead and use the URL right at the bottom. Again, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, have a fantastic rest of your day.